Episode 3. This is about asset allocation for Daniel. Now, he's just a great guy, okay? He started very early, much earlier than me when it comes to investing. And also keeping money. In fact, I'm quite embarrassed when I see him because he's so young, and I'm green with envy. I wish I had started out this young. I'd been much more successful. So let's see what he's all about. Now, Daniel is a very good guy. He is a programmer that's involved in fintech now. He's also involved in digital business. I've told him, hey, he can go really far, okay? Because in his career wise, because he's in the right industry, I think it's fintech. There's going to be a lot of changes coming there. So for Daniel, hey, focus on your career. You know, your career is going to bring you much, much more. On the other hand, he also has a small digital business which is building quite a big fan base. So again, do this to hone your skills. And he also has a small investment portfolio. And I must say that I'm quite impressed. He invests in unit trusts and he knows some rudimentary rules of asset allocation, and that's what we're going to help him out in this presentation. Okay, so this is how I would advise him to allocate my his assets. I'd keep about 60% of my money in cash, and those must be in high yielding accounts that give 6 to 8% per annum, simply because they're giving more returns for the money. And to me, this is Amanah Saham by PNB, whether it's Amanah Saham Bumiputra, Amanah Saham Didi, Amanah Saham Bumiputra 2. Now, if you have issues on the Sharia compliance of these funds, then I suggest you go to Tabung Haji where you get about 8%. Now, this is very important because you want the 60% of your cash money to be growing steadily at about 6 to 8% per annum. Now, the 40%, I would allocate about 30% for IPOs. Your Bumiputra, hey, go and register for the MITI shares. Go and make sure you apply for the MITI shares. Then you can make some good gains there. And of course, 10% should be shares, as in my previous presentation with Amin and Taufik. Go invest in blue chip shares. So you have 60% in cash and 40% in IPO and shares. Now, when there's nothing going on and there's no IPOs, of course, you keep the money of the 30% in either Amanah Saham or Tabung Haji, making sure that you earn a lot of interest. This is very important because when you have enough money in the savings, guess what? The money is going to make for you, is going to work for you, and is going to be able to pay a lot of your bills. Now, Daniel is also involved in unit trust. For young people, hey, I'm going to be straight. I do not like unit trusts. Okay, this is why. They take a lot of your fees away. And this is actually a very interesting graph that was done by Tony Robbins. Basically said, if you're allowing someone else to take a lot of your commissions away, you are not very clever because, hey, you put in all the capital, they become rich. You're just making someone else's rich, okay? So look at the impact there of the commissions on the capital. Just look at 1% annual, 2% annual, and 3% annual. Hey, the gain can go down by almost half just because of the commission. So when you're young, try to avoid commissions. Unit trusts are people like me. We're old, you know, we have the money. We're too lazy to work, and we just want a hands-off policy. But for the young people, don't ever do this. You got to work hard for your money, guys. Hard for your money. Remember that. We would be honored. If you like the free video financial plan from our team, just share on Facebook and PM me.